Hi there and welcome to today's video. My name is Teresa and we are going to be looking at my Hoya shelves. And I have several shelves in different places, but I wanted to just start off with this one here and actually the one in the back, and then this one right here on the side. But just to show you basically how I decorated them and some of the Hoyas that I have right here in my plant room is actually a dining room converted to a plant room. So I can't wait to show you what we got today. Let's start with this shelf up here. Now, funny story, this shelf wasn't here last week. I decided that I wanted to put up a floating shelf just to be able to display my Hoyas up and not have them on the floor. And I went to Home Depot or Lowe's, one of these two, to get some help and direction on what I needed to do in order to put this floating shelf up. So after an hour of literally trying to figure out how to measure and all this stuff, I finally was able to put it up. And I have to say, I'm so proud of myself. Sometimes you just have to do things out of just necessity and hope for the best. Here, I'm digressing, but I just wanted to point out that this is something that I'm super proud of that I did on my own and that you can do it. Having said all that, let's get back to the Hoyas. So on these shelves, I pretty much decided that I wanted to have a lot of my green and mature Hoyas here, and mostly large leaves and a mixture of smaller leaves. I have this Leconosa right here that is absolutely beautiful. As you can see here, I have it in this glass container. I thought it would just be an interesting decoration to have up here. So I just put that in there. It's made out of glass and iron. I thought it was a really different and pleasant thing to have. So this is my Leconosa dark form. Very pretty, absolutely gorgeous plant. And I know some of you may already have this, which is the Hoya Crinkle 8. This babe is so green. I love it just for the simple fact that it's lush and it's green, and it's a really nice corner decoration on the shelf or somewhere. This I got a few months ago, and I have to say Crinkle 8s are really slow growers. Since I've got her, I have not had a single new leaf, but she does drink, so I know that she's healthy. But other than that, she's just sitting doing nothing at the moment. So hopefully in spring, we're going to have some action. But for now, she's just quiet. Back here, my Maltese Splash. And she's a really easy grower. And I just thought that I'll just have her up here. I've propagated her so many times, and so far she's really happy and I have not had any issue. I do like to decorate with different things. So I've got this decorative piece that is also made with glass, and I also decided to use just a basic cup that I got from the thrift store and turn that into a pot. And I absolutely love it because it's just different, right? It adds a little character, a little interest on the shelf. This pot right here, I just actually got a super good deal on it. I got 22 of these in different colors for $12, guys. Facebook Marketplace. So if you guys haven't tried Facebook Marketplace, I highly suggest that you do, because this is the perfect size pots for Hoyas, and especially if you want to have a hydroponic setup where you want a reservoir. It doesn't have any hole in it, and you can just put your water in here and then put your pot, and there you have it. You have your hydroponic setup. Then you have the Leconosa midpoint, which I showed you last time. And she is absolutely stunning. She's still growing. I can't wait for her to wrap around this trellis. I think that's going to happen hopefully by the end of summer, but I'm super duper happy with her. I've got a Chelsea back here and a Carnosa Crimson Queen on the very back wall there. And I'm going to show you some close up because it is a little bit hard to see up here without moving the camera. This side of the shelf I have, and I'm going to put this up on the screen. I have such a hard time saying the name of this Hoya, but it's one of those Hoyas that I absolutely adore. She's honestly the cutest little thing with the smallest leaves. And let me just pick her up. And you can see she's got vines looking for something to grab onto. A little story behind this one. I seem to have stories here and there, but for this particular one, I put up a post on one of the Facebook groups that I follow, and I was asking the members whether I should trellis this or just leave it cascading. So I guess my question to you is, do you think this is something that I should put up on a trellis like that up here, or just leave it cascading? So here, take a look and let me know your thoughts, because I really would like to know. One of the reasons why I'm asking is I have these vines that are really all over the place, and trellis it. This is my shelf in terms of what I have up here. Super happy with the way this shelf turned out. I'm ready to show you guys my next shelf. So this is my corner ladder shelf that I have. I've had this since the summer. I also found this ladder shelf on, guess what, Marketplace. There you go. And it's been a really nice addition to my plant room. The only thing is, it's not going with the decor that I wanted. Initially, I just needed something and I found it and I thought it would be great. But with Hoyas, I think I have a different vision that I would like to get. I would like to get one of these IKEA cabinets and match it with another black cabinet that I have. Top shelf, I have my Barina grow lights. I basically have it taped to the top of the shelf here, and they basically point to those Hoyas that I have that require bright light, and also those that I want to a little bit sun stress, and I'll go through some of those. For example, I have a silver dollar that is starting to turn this beautiful purple, but it's gonna take a little bit of time to do that. But the grow light shining on the leaves directly is making a really beautiful sun stress effect on the leaves. I have this one, this Comediana, that is growing really well, and just recently she popped out these variegated leaves right here, all yellow. And part of me wants to keep them just because I think it just brings a lot of visual interest to the trellis. So I think I'm going to leave it like that, but it seems to be doing well and just growing. So we'll see if she at some points pop any green leaves. I don't think so, but maybe she will, who knows? But for now, she's growing really well. So this is one of my favorites that I have up here. Then I have a couple of long leaf ache. No, this is a Ganam column that I got. And finally, she's given me a vine, which is super interesting. I think I'm going to be having some new leaves very soon. So you can see how gorgeous the leaves are. I just love the veining on there, and I hope that I'm going to have some more leaves on the way with that. Then I have this one, absolutely gorgeous. One of the things I like to do, this is a Hoya Minera, absolutely gorgeous and trailing Hoya. I'm waiting for it to get longer so it'll trail, but so far she's just too adorable. And on the back here, I have a Ganam Gunning, which right now is not fully sun stressed, but I'm waiting for it to be sun stressed so that I can just enjoy it. I just think it's a beautiful Hoya to have. And then I have this one in the back that is a Clemensorium. This Clemensorium is such a gorgeous Hoya. I think I got it just because of the leaves. If you look at the splash, the veining on here, it's just incredible. The other thing I have on my plant shelf is some crystals that I like to have just as part of decorations. I firmly believe that plants and crystals go together, and this is just one of them. And I have a small gnome right sitting there. That is just the cutest. On the second shelf, I have quite a bit of Hoyas going here. I do have a grow light, is a T8 Marina grow light. And this light has been absolutely interesting because I've never had a grow light this powerful. And I noticed that this grow light has been able to consistently turn my leaves this beautiful pink hue. So what I have here is my Kirschkliana plant that is growing beautifully, throwing out a lot of leaves. Then right next to her, I have my Bertanii. This one is the variegated type. So I have variegations that are beautifully starting to sun stress. Lucky me, you guys, look at that. I have, ooh, let's be careful here. I got blooms that are pointing that way, but I got blooms coming. I have a Lacanosa red leaf. She is really a pretty girl. Steady in terms of, oh, look at that, I just lost a leaf. Oh my gosh. She's a finicky one. Oh my goodness. I just lost a leaf and I'm not sure why, but I'm going to investigate why I lost that leaf because I don't know. But I guess that's the only yellow leaf I have on here, but she's super pretty, very sturdy leaf. And I have her on this candle stand and I just love the way it looks in terms of aesthetics, just having her sitting upright. And then you'll notice here that I also have the stand to elevate these two Hoyas up closer to the light so that they're able to get more of that sun stress look that I'm looking for. So in terms of decoration and how to decorate your Hoyas, just trying out different ways to elevate your Hoyas, placement, all of that does help. So this is basically what this shelf looks like. And I really like the setup. Oh, the other thing I have is this Dischidia watermelon that is growing here on the side. I also have it really close to the grow light because I want the leaves to be sun stressed. They sun stress really pretty. So I have it here, so I have to be careful when I'm lifting it up so it doesn't fall off because that's going to be an ugly mess. So that's what I have here. So on this side, I have a elliptica that is growing so well. I'm so surprised by this one because I was not expecting it to look like this, but it's growing really pretty and the leaves are like a paper thin. They're not really thick, but they do harden to in a firm. But for the most part, they're not like this hardy, really thick leaves, but they're gorgeous. This is a Maltese silver, super silver that I have here on trellis. She's really pretty. The trellis is still very bare, as you can see here, and I'm hoping that with time we'll get this all trellised and looking like a really nice bushy plant. And I'm hoping that I'm going to end up with more silver than I have here. We'll see. If not, I might just start propagating so I can have some silver. And then last but not least, up here in this corner is my Wilbur Grave China. Now she is growing and looking really good. I think I'm getting some really fantastic silver leaves on here. And you can see these are pretty much all full silver. So in terms of decorations, I have my clear quartz tower, a really chunky tower that I just put up there to create height. I've added some coasters and just an old candle box that I have. So what I do, I just place my Hoya Maltese super silver right on top of that, just like that. And then bring out the elliptica and just now I have different heights in the Hoyas that you can see. So I do like the way it looks with the crystal. I think it makes it really pretty. This is my third shelf at the very bottom. And I have quite a bit of large leaf Hoyas here. And this is one of my favorite shelves, actually. I have all of these down here growing under a Barina T8 grow light. And I'm getting some really pretty sun stressing large leaves where the veining is absolutely stunning. And so I have here a Lacanosa black margin that I'm trying to get the black margin to show. So I'm still experimenting with this Lacanosa to see how I can actually get that accentuated black edge or margin. So I'm still working on that. Then we got a latifolia, outer variegated at the very back here. And this is my flamingo, my Carnosa flamingo. And if you guys can see the purple in this thing is just amazing. It's such a neon, it feels to me like it's a neon pink, really pretty. I actually have another one right next to her here that is this gorgeous purple, as you can see here. Isn't that something? And even the new leaves are coming out purple. So one of the things I'm trying to do is keep it away from the grow light so I can get a little bit of white in them. But otherwise, they're really easy to grow under the right conditions. They're really easy. This Callistofolia green form. And look at her leaves. Her leaves are just stunning. Look at that. Wow. She is so good. Now, this girl, I had her, let me show you what she looked like before. All right, so I got her and she looked like this, just a one leafer. And I got one and this one here, kid you not, at the same time. And for some reason, this baby has refused to grow. I have treated her so many times. She's drinking water because the water is going somewhere, but I've not had any leaf come out at all. So I think it's just one of those Hoyas that I'm just gonna have to wait until she's ready to pop some new leaves. But her sister, which is the one right next to it, and these are the leaves, pretty much the same. These are the two leaves that I got when I got this one, has given me multiple leaves and has a vine that is going, and she's so pretty. So I'm not sure what's going on with the other one, but I love how this is looking. The veining on here is just to die for. Just look at that. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely. So that's my story on this Callistofolia green. Really pretty specimen for sure. This is another one that I have. Why do I have so many Callistofolias? I have no idea, but I have them. But so far, they've been really easy growers and I couldn't be happier with them. So here we go. I'm just gonna put this right back to where they are. And this one is an Incrusata albo. Absolutely gorgeous plant. Isn't she stunning? Look at those leaves. These leaves are just absolutely insane. Look at that. I hope you guys can appreciate that. It's just got a mirage of different colors on the leaves, different variations, and they're just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the tour of my shelf and gave you some ideas of how to decorate your own Hoya collection. If you have any questions, if you're not yet part of my community, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I put out a video every Thursdays on different aspects of Hoyas. So I do welcome you. Make sure to like and obviously subscribe to my channel. And with that, I'll see you next week. Bye.